Shoot, I got two of them. Okay, got all the stuff I need. What is this? Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I am Coach Nye. I am the instructor and host for the Lead Her Morning Show. So, good morning and welcome to the Lead Her Morning Show, where we talk about leadership, healing, self-love, discipline, and becoming the woman we are called to be. This is your time to reset your mind, reflect, grow, and start your day with intentions, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Yesterday, what did we talk about yesterday? Basically being yourself, right? Being comfortable with you. Today we're going to talk about you are capable. You are capable of what? What are you capable of? All this is about is you seeing the best within yourself. You don't want you to see yourself the way God see you, right? The way the world see you doesn't matter, because as I've been teaching you guys, your world does not consist of this world. Your world, and you do not have to be so holier than thou to understand this and grab this. Your world is this body here. This is your body. This is where you live every day. This is your mind. This is where your thoughts live every day. This is all you. This is what you're responsible for. I know the world told us that, hey, we're responsible for everybody else under the sun, everybody up under us. We're responsible for this. We're responsible. You're not responsible for anything but right here. This is where your accountability starts here. Leadership starts with self. So before you can lead anyone, before you can be a great mom, a great dad, a great leader, you have to know how to lead yourself. If you don't know how to lead yourself, guess what? Your kid's going to be running out here loose, doing whatever they want to do because you have no values, morals, and standards, because you're going off of someone else's values, morals, and standards. So just think about it. Your values and morals, we grew up in the same house. Mom and dad instilled those values and morals into us, right? Because that's what they know from survival mode. But here it is. You now are grown. I need you to understand their values and morals does not fit you. It fits you for the time while you were in their household. Now you're grown. You need to see the world. And I need you to know that you are capable. So let's get into it. Let's start. Okay? You have survived hard things already. Know that. Understand that. You've survived the hardest things. Listen, you may not have acknowledged it because of the fact, why didn't you acknowledge it? Because no one else. They always tell you, well, I did it and I did it. One of the biggest things that my mom used to do, and I think it kind of that's one of the things that played into our relationship not being like this, is because everything that I go through, I wasn't allowed to have a feeling. I wasn't allowed to feel. I wasn't allowed to feel like this is hard. I wasn't allowed to feel like, I need a pick me up. You know what I mean? It's just times that I would go to her and it was like, oh, well, I did it. And it's like, no, you didn't. You had family, especially being a single mom. And I was always away from family, and I'd be tired. And if anybody know anything about the military, you have this thing called CQ, or staff duty and things like that, where you would spend 24 hours up securing. And then, me having a son, when I get off, I got to get my son from daycare or wherever it is, like you don't get any real sleep. And my mom was like, well, I did it for years. I had to work, and you didn't. You had sisters that babysat us. I never had that, right? So that's the type things that I would just say, and I would play myself small, and I wouldn't look at, I had survival skills. I wouldn't look at like, man, I did good. I wouldn't look at it like that. I would only see myself the way other people projected onto me. You got to remember, people project lies onto you, and they don't understand that they're lies because it's their truth, right? It's their truth for them, but it's a lie for you. And you have to know that. So let's look at it. You have survived hard things already. Before you say, I can't, I want you to take a moment to look back over your life. Yeah, you've already made it through the difficult seasons, right? The emotional pain, disappointments, the setbacks, and the loss. You made it through those. You made it through the stress, the situations you didn't think you would get through. You made it through those. That's what I need you to understand. You made it through those times. You did. Nobody else did. And I need you to understand that you are a survival of your own storms. A lot of people throw you into their storms, and you're sinking in their storms because you don't know how to navigate their life. Right? That's why I always say, mind your business, stay in your lane, find out what your path is. The reason why I say find out what your path is, because your path, right? You are navigated just for that. Your GPS works just for your path. And a lot of times what happens is you get on someone else's path while they're on the road to grandma's house, right? While they're, going through the forest, meaning wilderness, that means confusion, going through their wilderness to grandma's house, you get on their path. But guess what, baby? Let's look at it like this. They in Germany, you in the United States, you don't know them streets. That's why a lot of us get lost in the storm. And then when you really realize it wasn't your storm to begin with. This is your path. This is your walk. This is your yellow brick road. Your yellow brick road is going to lead you to your destiny. You have to understand that. Your yellow brick road is going to lead you to your destiny. It just made me think of Stranger Things. And when they were going through towards the end, what's Max and Holly, right? Max was trying to get Holly back to her memory, and Max was like, Holly was like, what do you mean you're getting me back? Aren't you going to come too? She was like, yeah. So in the beginning, we didn't understand what that meant. We was just like, okay, she just, she really ain't going to go, or she going to go. But Holly believed her. But what Holly didn't understand is that road to get her back to her, who she is and where she is, so she can come back to, Max can't go. Because that's your path. So when Max finally got to her, it was her time to walk through and go through her own thoughts. And Holly thought she was about to step in that vortex as well, whatever you want to call it. Thought she was about to walk it. No, you can't, because this is my memory. This is my path. And guess what? Little Holly was left alone. Now, if y'all don't watch Stranger Things, get over it, because I got kids. So me and my son, well, my youngest son, he get me to watch his stuff. So, but go check it out though. So I looked at like, oh no, I know you ain't gonna leave that little baby there, but what do? Do you sacrifice you? She's been in this hell for so long. Does she sacrifice herself just to appease Holly, to be there with her? Or do she go through, get what she needs to do, and come back for her? Where am I going with this? When you're going through life, sometimes you're on the path with somebody. You that friend that say, I'm going to be with you to the end. I'm going to ride with you. When you go through the hard times, I'm going to go through. But it's something about when that person get they come up. When that person get they come up, they forget about you. And you like, dang, I did this. I was there. I did this. And you play me like that? No, sometimes this is how it needs to go. Well, they probably did play you. But what I'm teaching you is, what you need to understand is when you are on the path with somebody, sometimes the best thing you can do is disconnect and go heal. And once you go heal, you come back. And when you come back, you know where to find them at. You know where they're going to be at. You left them there. And when you come back, you don't reach out your hand and say, come on up here so I can be. No, you just be the example. Right? As a leader, it's nothing about me pulling you up so you can skip the lessons. It's about you knowing my story, right? And you see my glory. So if you see my glory, then you will want to be just like. And then therefore, I can help you heal by taking you through the wilderness. I can get you through the wilderness, okay? So that's sometimes just what it is. So there were moments where you didn't know how things would work out. In your life, you didn't know how it was going to work out. You felt overwhelmed. You felt like giving up. You didn't feel strong, but you're still here. You know why you're still here? Because you're a fighter, even though nothing about your life looked like you're a fighter. Baby, you went from having 3A type hair to, I don't know, type 10C Velcro hair now. Your life just been turned upside down. You don't know which way you're going. You don't know what's going on no more in life. You just all over the place. You trying to figure it out, but you're still here. And instead of saying, God, I hated it, I don't want to be here no more, this is where you need to look at. You need to look at, okay, God, you still got me here, and you done put me, I done went through the hell. You supposed to be the God that I turn to that's supposed to save me, that if I ask you for a thing, and if I show up, and if I'm faithful, that you would carry me through. So why do I feel like you're not carrying me through? Where's the disconnect? And I need you to ask it with the open heart, knowing that the answer that you seek may hurt you a little bit more. But in those times, thank you, Pretty Why. But in those times, what's going on is sometimes you are in the wilderness by yourself. You put yourself there. Do you understand? They stayed in the wilderness for over 40 years when all they had to do was walk across the street. All they had to do is just listen. They kept trying to figure out life on their own, comparing it to where they came from. See, where they came from, these are the survival skills that they had. They had to pray to something, because where they were at, they weren't allowed to pray to their real true God. So they had to make things up. They picked up the habits of the Egyptians and everybody else. They picked up those habits because of the fact this is what it was. It was all these years. But now, Now you're in your promised land, still trying to go off of your survival mode, the things that you learned in your survival mode, which is the values and morals. You can't take that over. What up? A little bit, a lot. Listen, you can't take that over. You can't bring that over into the new, what God got for you. So right now you feel like you're getting beat up and you're like, God, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? I do right by people. I do this. You said if I just do this, you said if I love, you said if I do. Why do I feel like I don't want to be here anymore? Well, you feel that way because of the fact you're leaning on me and coming to me as you would do with your lowercase g gods. Your lowercase g gods that you praise, your celebrities, your TikTok creators, the influencers, what the world is doing, and you coming to me asking me for things that is of this world and not for this world, which this is your world, your body. This is where you live every day. This is your world. This is where you live every day. And you coming to me asking me for something that does not fit where you are. You trying to be rich, but you're trying to be rich that way when I have the riches for you this way. And all you got to do is listen. Well, God, I've been listening and I've been praying. But you ain't been listening. Yes, I am, God. I just don't hear you because you're not listening. See, you listening here with your ears because the world taught you that this is how you hear. You take the hearing test. Your hearing is good. They tell you your hearing ain't good. They give you a hearing aid. But that is not how God communicates with you. Not all the time. Sometimes it's just within where you live. He comes to visit your home. Where's your home? You getting your house in order. You telling the pastor, I bought a new house. Come pray over my home. And now you got hair growing out the walls. You brought the enemy in to pray up against something, but because he has a title, you said, okay, that'll do. But the whole time your home is here. So it doesn't matter what room you walk in. If this is clean, if this is blessed, if you got God within you and you know who you are and you stand 10 toes down on who you are. See, this is where you live. This is where you live. Your thoughts live here every day. You live here every day. I'm going to say this every day until y'all understand. So it doesn't matter where I go. I can come to your home and I'm going to be at peace because I am love. I don't say I love you because love is becoming. Love is the highest gift of all. It's God. You have to become it. You have to embody love. So if I come to your home, baby, your kids could be walking around there, climbing up walls and heads spinning to the left and all the way around and doing whatever. I don't know what they got going on, but they can't touch me. Yes, I will be in the home with them. They just gonna say, Jesus, I know, but who is that? Take it back to Django. Who is that up on that nail? Who is this? Who is this woman? Why is she here? Because we can't touch her. We can't dim her light because I know who I am, because this is my house. It doesn't matter where I go. This is my house. You may come into my physical home and you think that's something. Baby, come visit me in my house. Then you'll understand that, oh, wow, that's why she moved that way. That's why she got that crazy type of faith. Do you understand? So you have to know. So, but you're still here for a reason. God, you got you still here for a reason. If you just went through hell and you still looking crazy, baby, you don't know which way to go. You stressed out, but you wake up every day with the same problem. Go to sleep and you wake up every day with the same problem. See, you looking at it like Groundhog Day. Did the day change? Why is the day on repeat? It's not that the day is on repeat. It's just that you stuck in the loop, in the cycle. And in that cycle is, if the enemy can keep you in that loop, then you'll never understand how great you are outside the loop. See, it's something about when you lift the record, when the record is going and it gets on the skip and it just keeps saying the same thing. You know, back in the day, come on now. Some of y'all got to be born before the 90s to understand what, and it keeps skipping and it keeps skipping. And then you finally go and lift it up, maybe dust the record off or maybe dust the needle off or see what it is, because sometimes it's something that's on the needle, or sometimes it's something that's on the record. So when you lay it back down, it just goes smoothly and the song sounds so good. But it's in the minute when those times when the record is skipping, it don't sound good at all. It's kind of like, what is going on? You know, back in the day, you could speed it up, make it slower, and it sound like the Chipmunks Christmas songs, and it just go and it just sound crazy. But when you get it smooth, meaning that you get it on the track that it need to be on, you get everything done the way it need to be, it plays beautifully and it makes beautiful sounds and it make you feel good on the inside. It changed the whole mood, and that is your life. So why you're still here is because something about you or the situation you in need to be cleaned up. And whatever it is, whether it's the people that's attached to you, whether it's your own family member, members, whether it's the job, whatever it is, the moment that you decide to lift the needle up off keeping you in the loop, lift the needle up and really look around instead of constantly going to God, complaining about problems that you brought into your life. You mad at God because you brought the problems into your life. What you mad for? Only thing you can be mad about is because you don't have the pure understanding of what's going on. Ask God for the solution. Ask God to show you, okay, God, what is it in this moment that I need to know? You keep asking God to save you, right? You want the solution so bad. Give me the solution. I can't give you the solution if you don't even understand. It's kind of like there's a math problem. You want the solution. I give you the answer, but how did you get there? Because what's about to happen, I'm going to give you the answer and you're going to go back in the loop. And that's what's been happening in your life. You've been getting the answer to things and then you throw yourself back in the loop because you did not sit in the emotions and you did not sit in the problem to try and figure it out, to solve the problem so you won't do it again, meaning that you didn't sit in the emotions. You said, God, this breakup hurt me so bad, God, I just want to feel better. All of a sudden you feel better. You go to church and you like, I just want to feel better. They said leave it at the altar. You went to the altar, you feel better, but when you walk out the door, everything is back on you because you never got the true solution. Sometimes we want to just get away from what's going on in our life. Everything it hurt too bad. We don't want to deal with it. And we just want to get going. We just want to be out of here. I don't want to deal with it no more. And the reason why it keep happening is because you won't sit in the emotion. I told y'all. And you put on a helmet and run into a brick wall, you're going to do it again. Matter of fact, you're going to go get Tim, James, and John and say, hey, look at me. Watch me run into the wall. Did you know I can do it sideways? Did you know I can do it to the right side? You know I'm talking about men because y'all the only ones that are running to a wall. And then all of a sudden you'll throw yourself into the wall. You'll be like, hey, don't throw your whole body. And this is the lesson that you're going to teach the Three Stooges. You're going to say, hey, you know what? When you got your helmet on, I didn't feel the impact. Thank you for the follow. I didn't feel the impact. So, if you go this way, you won't feel it. But when I threw my whole body in there, what happened is I hit my head. It didn't hurt, but it hurt my shoulders. Thank you, CJ. It hurt my how I moved around. Thank you, girl, Shanae. Listen, I'm looking at y'all comments, but I can't read it. But thank you, Shanae. Listen, you throw yourself into the wall, right? You just throw yourself. Don't do that. That hurt. I hurt my shoulder, but my head feel good with this helmet. But the moment that you take the helmet off and he run into the wall and the wife is going to come see her husband because that's what they do. They throw themselves in the wall without the helmet while the Three Stooges is looking. Guess what? He done broke something. Something ain't right. Now she got to take care of him for the rest of his life because he needed to be mink real quick. But anyway, don't divorce him, girl. Take care of your man because you said to death do your part. But he ran into the wall, right? Without the helmet, right? He's never going to do it again because he felt the impact. It hurt. He's never going to do it again. So y'all keep running from the breakup. Y'all keep running from the hurt. Y'all keep running from the pain. You need to sit in the emotion. This is how you solve the problem. Sit in the emotion. Understand what it feels. I didn't say stay there. Because I know a lot of y'all, I'm just depressed because something that happened 28 years ago and I ain't got over it. Well, guess what? We need to go ahead and get some therapy because I'm going to send you to a therapist. But hey, honey child, listen, but what I'm trying to tell you is when you sit in the emotion of when that person played you or when that person did this to you or that many times that they played in your face, when you sit and put the right emotion to that feeling, meaning that they did that to you and you was like, oh, well, it don't matter. I've been getting played all my life. I'm going to just go get me another boo. I don't know. This has been happening to me all my life. I'm tired of it. I'm just gonna, and you kept dismissing it, right? You went and found your own answer by going to get another man, going to get another woman, going to get another job, but you never sat in the feelings. Now, you like, God, why keep being in the loop? Now that makes sense now because you need to learn the lesson. You keep asking me to help you. So I have to get you to feel the emotion. Feel the emotion. Guess what? It hurt. And not only did it hurt, you're going to now put the right emotion to the feeling. When they said that to you, when they cheated on you, when they drug you through the mud, when they lied on your name, when they disrespected you, when they stole from you, the true feeling is they hurt your feelings. So guess what? Now that your feelings is hurt, the correct feeling that you're going to do and the emotion that you're going to give it is what? You're going to cry your tears because God created us to have the tears for a reason. It is a way of purging out all that negativity, but what he's going to bestow upon you, once you purge it out, you get it out of you, you cry it out, you get it out of you, then God is going to bless you with joy and peace. So that's why you in the loop. I'm still here. Feel the emotion and allow God to, you cleanse it and allow him to restore it. Then now you're going to go through the same thing again, because the enemy is going to say, you ain't learned your lesson. Oh, you felt that feeling. You don't ever want to feel it again. Try me. And he's going to bring the same energy in a different person, different red flags. These red flags are going to be backwards. These red flags going to be dyed. Let me tell you something. These red flags going to be dyed. They're going to be dyed green. Do you understand? They're going to be dyed green, but you're going to be able to know, hey, let me put a little water on that. I'm already see that color going to paint right on off, because you've been there before and you ain't going back there. And then you got to go through another process. What's the other process? Now that you've been through it, because a lot of y'all go through it, y'all realize, you learn your lesson, and you become this strong person, which you don't understand. Now what you just did now is step back into survival mode. Now you just picked up another toxic trait, meaning that you harden your heart. No, as soon as somebody come back up, nope. This ain't gonna happen. Then you start doing all, see, that's not of God. You're never gonna get your inheritance. But, it's part of the lesson. It's part of the process. It's part of the journey. So you got to go through that part. So you got to go through those feelings when your heart get hardened, because now God got to soften your heart. You read about it in the Bible. Mostly all the kings' hearts are hardened. But God will soften your heart, because now you got to go through another process of learning what is empathy and sympathy. You understand that sympathy is of survival mode. Empathy is of God, meaning that in order for me to feel and understand the next person to help, because everything that you go through is for you to become a leader. In order for me to develop other leaders, I have to become a leader. So now I have to feel. I have to feel. Not only are you crying saying it's just been me. It's not for me to say, well, I went through it and I ain't going through it. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. It's not what came across. I'm telling y'all, lately I've been scrolling TikTok. What came across the age of disclosement? I don't even know. Listen. That came across, and the girl said, I don't know how to be. I really live a rich life. Okay, pump your brakes, because you about to be over here. Don't worry about it. We're gonna notice that you over here too, because we're gonna see your next screen talking about some, hey, join me, Cash App. Do you understand? Don't worry about them. In whatever it is that you got going on, God needs to show you. It's the empathy that he has to show you. That's why a lot of people go through things and they find themselves at the bottom. See, now you at the bottom. Now how I get at the bottom? Because of the fact he needed to show you. These are all lessons. It's not to hurt you. It's the lessons. I have to have empathy. I'm empathic. So therefore, I already know how it feels. So I'm going to be there for you. But now I have to learn how to be there for you with boundaries. Meaning that I'm not going to come in and do it for you. It's just the fact that I need to stay in whatever reason God brought me into your life. So I have to stay in that position. I think that's my son's school calling, talking about he done with his test. They doing state tests. That's my dude. But that's the type of thing. So back to it. But you're still here. You're still here because it's a lesson to be learned. That means you've already proven you can handle hard things. So you're just not constantly in the loop just because. You're in the loop because you need to accomplish this, because somebody needs you. Do you understand? Sorry. I need your testimony, because what I'm going through is needed. Now, let's get into it. Sometimes we forget our own strength because we're so focused on what's in front of us. But your past is evidence. Let's talk about why is your past evidence. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for. Your past is your evidence. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for. Give me 1 second. Let me check this right quick. Sorry, guys. So number 2, let's get into number 2. Now, you are stronger than you think. Strength does not always look loud or obvious. It doesn't always look loud and obvious. Strength looks like getting up when you don't feel like it. That's what strength looks like. Continuing when things are hard. Yes, choosing not to quit. Holding yourself accountable, right? Holding yourself together when things fall apart. That's what strength look like. Learning from your mistakes. Being willing to grow, facing things you once avoided. That's strength. That is strength. That's something that people can't take away from you. You're trying to find strength in the physical world. Let's talk about in the spiritual and the physical world. In the physical world, strength is, you can meet somebody real fast and get them loose. You can, walk in the room and it's like, oh, that's a strong black woman right there. You know what I mean? You got the look, that's in the physical world. That means nothing, because you can come in and break that person down with just a look, because all of that is showing, I'm telling you from testimonial reasons, purposes. Listen, all of that says, I really have self-worth issues. I'm really self-conscious, because while you're looking at that person as, oh my God, they're so strong, and the whole time they looking around the room like, is people talking about me? Did I do my hair right? Did this? They really not confident. They're not confident. They just know how to dominate a room with fear. Because if I have the rested beef face, then you won't bother me. But in the spiritual realm, strength looks like everything that you're going through, that you're running from. The spiritual realm, strength looks like everything that you're going through, that you're running from. That you're running. Sorry. That you're running from, right? That's what strength look like. So everything that you're running from in the spiritual realm, it's like this. I'm hurting. I don't want to be here anymore. But the same thing keep happening. But you get up every day. I don't want to, thank you, Nisa. Listen, I don't want to go to this job no more. But you put them clothes on. Is it Nisa or Nisa? Sorry, Nisa Parker. Thank you. I don't want to deal with my husband, our family. I don't want to do these things, but I get up and do it every day. Because you're committed to people. You know what I mean? You decide to commit to people. You don't even know sometimes why you tied to them. Let me tell you what the enemy does. He will wrap it up and put it in a bow and make it sound like, okay, this is of God, right? But it's really for me. So we talk about the soul ties, right? And then I'm going to get back on here. So you have the soul ties. We got soul tie because we had unprotected, sex. Or did they call you? They called you? Okay, good. I seen them. Okay, be careful, okay? Hey. And I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I need you to ask them for awards day. Is it for everybody or just people that's getting awards? Okay? And I think that's it. Because when ask about that. Thank you. Sorry. Listen, I got a helper now. Listen, I'll start crying in a heartbeat when I talk about my kids, how easy they made my life now. When I used to pray and ask God, I just need help, raising my boys by myself. And now that my oldest, he's about to finish his freshman year of college, I told you I get emotional about it all, because it's not so much that my son has grown. It's the fact of everything I asked God for and I prayed for, He blessed me with my son. So I don't have to stress out now. I don't have to stress out. The little one, he got to get picked up from school. He can go pick him up for me. You know what I mean? It's things like that I'm grateful for. And it always come to like, my life is so much easier. Yes. Thank you for the follow. Yes, I've grown and I'm older now, and but still, we all need help. We all need those things, right? So that's why I look at it and I'm so grateful, and I get emotional. But back on track, when you guys feel all these things of, I don't want to do it, you get up and you do it anyway, because that's that strength. That's that spiritual strength. Meaning that when you're tired, God steps in. See, we always looking for God to carry us, and He's actually carrying us. You're looking for it in a way, and I'm going to get back to the soul tie thing. You're looking for it in a way that, oh, well, God, take the pain away. But you keep getting up, going back to the same thing, going to work when you don't want to go to work. But you're looking for God to just come in and say, all right, here's your new job. This is what you're going to do. Let me pour all the knowledge in you. This is what you're going to do. No, every time you get up and do it anyway, that is God carrying you through. But you're too busy fighting God because you don't understand it's Him. So therefore, Every time you don't want to do something, you get up and do it anyway. That is God carrying you. I am here to help you see what it is right in front of you. You looking for God is going to prepare a table in front of my enemies. Baby, you already got the table. Yes, your enemies are still sitting at the table. They're at the table. What are you waiting on? Oh, you waiting on it to be a big boom. Do you understand blessings from God and accomplishments from God is very silent. It's very quiet. Success from God is very quiet. It just happens. And it don't just happen overnight. You wake up like, oh, I got 1 million followers. No. It's every day he bring 2 more people into your life. Every day he bring 2 more videos that somebody see. Every day he bring those things. Every day. It's quiet. Because you're that person in the back that nobody expect to come up. It's just when they finally realize and get off their high horse, like, let me go check your page. Oh my, what, what? All of a sudden, you're that chick to that person. But you've been that chick or been that dude to your followers, the ones that's following you all this time. But to your hater, they've been sitting at my table. Remember, at the Last Supper, the enemy was at the table. God prepared a table for his enemy. He prepared a whole feast. He said, okay. He even broke it down and let them know that this is my blood and this is my body. Go ahead and eat. He allowed the enemy to eat. Do you know how many of my enemies I allowed to eat up off me? You understand? I fed you up off me. All my blessings, I shared my blessings with you. I did all these things and you still came up against me because you were supposed to. Because in the end, you're supposed to betray me. Because it's not about what you took from me. It's about my response of how I'm going to respond when it comes to light. Because the way I respond is not going to be the way that you expect me to. See, you expected me to respond, fall out, lose everything, this, that. Everything's just going wrong. You just like, oh, and I'm crying and begging. So you can feel good, but that's not going to happen. See, that's a reaction. I'm going to give you a response. The response is, hey, do what you got to do because you ain't come up against me. Period. You didn't come up against me. Thank you, Ruby. You didn't come up against me. You came up against everything that God got for me. See, when you heal, you realize you let God fight your battles. God fight my battles in the way of, I realize that I need to mind my own business. First off, I'm a child. I need to stay in a child's place when it comes to God. So he told me to do a job. And if anybody come up against me, kind of like this when you was a kid, I don't know, half of y'all was born like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I don't know. Listen. God, we would get sent to the store. Our mama would give us a list and tell us what we need to get from the store. And as we go to the store with that money, my mama said, if somebody bother you, and if they give you any lift, they tell you something, you come back and tell me. Or you could be like Kevin Hart. So Kevin Hart would go, so my mama said to tell your long, have it go. At the end of the day, my mama said, see, that held weight. I don't care if you was in the hood or wherever you was, that held weight. My mama said, if you got something to say, then you need to talk to her. Because the first thing that said when you walk through that door from your mama as she get the stuff, what they say to you. Same way with God. I sent you to the store. I sent you on a mission. You do the job. Anybody come up against you, you don't worry about it. You ain't even got to tell them, my God is a mighty God. My God don't play about me. My God don't. Well, we probably ain't talking about the same God because I don't have to tell nobody about what God gonna do for me because I already know he gonna do it. I don't have to iterate or tell you to scare you. What I'm telling you for God don't play about me. What I'm doing is in survival mode, that nice nasty. Now I'm going to talk about this soul tie real quick and then I'm going to get off of it. Because I told you the enemy will package up some things. So what happens is we connect with these different people and we just like, okay, well this is, I don't know how I can't shake it. And you stay stuck in the loop because you can't shake it. Then you like, oh, maybe it's because I'm protected SEX. That's where I left off at. Maybe because it's that. Or maybe because it's this. No, it's here. It's mental. Let me tell you something. Everything is mental, right? Take the string away. It ain't no take the string away. It is a mental. It's a mental vibration. That is it. It is a whole frequency, and that is it. So if the enemy can have you tapped into his frequency all day, and have you tapped into her frequency all day, then y'all sitting around like, I just can't get them off my mind, is because that's just what it is. You can't get around frequency. You can't get around energy. I don't care if you're religious, spiritual. It just is what it is. There is a frequency, and that is what we operate by and through. So there's that, right? But let me tell you how to break that. Baby, you ain't got to go get no candles. You ain't got to go get no rituals. You ain't got to go pray to the waters. You ain't got to sit up under the moon. You ain't got to drink no moon water. You ain't got to get no crystals. You don't have to get anything because the power of everything that you need is within you. Let me explain to you how you defeat that. You change the filter, you rewire your mind, and you tell yourself, because what your mind is bouncing off that childhood trauma, and that your mind is only going to have a solution for what it's already been through, is you have to introduce it to a new solution. And what is the new solution? I don't want it. I don't want to think about that person. I don't want that person, but you have to believe and be truthful with that. I don't want this. Once you acknowledge and say, I don't want this, what you introduce to your mind now is, okay. So you thinking about him all day because, it's the attachment is you had abandonment issues as a child. So you feel like this person love you, this, that. So these are all the things that your brain is bouncing off of to keep you tied to a person. But the moment that you say, but I don't want it, now your mind is like, okay, so what's the next best thing? I don't want it. Now, here's where it gets tough for you. That's why I say you have to rewire your brain. Your I don't want it, as y'all say, the universe. So let's play it like that. You tell the universe you don't want it, right? I don't want it. But guess what? Your mind is going to bounce off the definition of I don't want, or the solution for I don't want. I don't want, but I'll substitute. Y'all never been honest with the things that you want, because as a child you were forced to, well, if you ain't got that, I got to take what's the second best. I got to take less than. I got to take, see? So now what you're telling the universe, as y'all like to say, is I don't want it, but I'll take the next best thing. You have to filter all that survival mode out. All of that. Get it all out your brain. You have to change your filter, because no means no. I don't want means I don't want. There is no next. There is a no, period. That is it. If there is no, well, if y'all can't do that, then I don't want this. You do not negotiate with yourself to be satisfied and comfortable wherever you want to be in life. That is it, and that is all. And that's what you have to retrain your brain. So now when you heal and you go through the process and you create those boundaries, guess what that I don't want mean? That I don't want turns into, okay, I don't want specifically means this. These are my boundaries. You lie? No. There is no, well, what kind of lie was it? No. You cheat? No. Well, what kind of cheat was it? Was it just texting? It's just no. Do you understand? So now when that red string or whatever it is, or that soul tie, whatever it is, now when you say, I don't want this, your brain has bounced off everything about them. They lie. They cheat a little bit. They always doing this. They never make time. No, you ain't my type. Immediately your emotions is cut off, because it's not about them. It's about what is your frequency? What are you putting out? What are you okay with? There's no boundaries, so therefore everybody can tap into your energy. You have to have boundaries. Now I'm off that, okay? So back to, you are stronger than you think. Strength does not always look loud or obvious. That's not what strength look like. Listen, if I haven't told y'all, thank y'all for the likes, shares, and the comments. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for all of that. Okay. Thank you. I'm very grateful for all of it. Let me tell you what strength look like. It looks like getting up when you don't feel like it. We talked about that. Continuing when things are hard, choosing not to quit, holding yourself together when things are falling apart, facing things you once avoided, and being willing to grow, learning from your mistakes. You may feel strong every day, but strength is not about how you feel. Do you understand? Strength is not about how you feel. Okay. Y'all don't even read that, okay? Let me go ahead and block that and mute. Because one thing for sure, before I get into that, so you'll get trolls that'll come in your room. Thank you, Kenzie. You'll get those trolls that come in your room. You get people that come into your lives or whatever, and just people that you walk into. And they are not walk into, but bump on the street or whatever. Or either they'll have something written on their shirt, or they'll have something, they'll write something. Even sometimes they'll come into your live and they'll just say something over and over and kind of like spam over and over. And with those type things, when you repeat it, when you say it, you're speaking it into existence. And that's why I try and catch it before, because a lot of people don't know. You're just reading like, what are they talking about? And you're just reading it. Do you understand? I told you, the enemy will package up anything. You better know yourself. That's how you protect yourself. So anyway, you may feel strong every day, but strength is not how you feel. It's not about how you feel. What is it about? Right? You've handled things. Let's talk about the things you handled. You thought you couldn't handle it. You thought it would break you. You thought it would stop you. You've handled those things, but you thought, right? But it didn't. It didn't. That's what you need to be grateful for every day, instead of getting up mad and saying, God, why me? Why is this happening to me? It didn't break you. Every time you didn't want to, God carried you to. Do you know how many times I don't want to come on live? Do you know how many times I sit and I don't want to do a video? Do you know how many times I just want to give up and quit, and I'm just like, you know what? But I have to remember the why. The why was never about me. The why was never about money. The why, and everybody that know me will tell you that I never lead with money. And I'll tell them that. And that's why we're not friends anymore, because their whole thing is, girl, shut up. We need money. But not me. I'm not that way. The money is going to come. But the tiredness and when I don't want to do it is because I have my own storm. Do you understand? I'm in a storm. I'm in a storm. It's not that people fake it till they make it. It's just that you have to understand that you're in purpose, and the storm has nothing to do with me and everything to do with coming for God. I'm in a storm, and even in the storm, I am the rainbow. Thank you, Mar Hill. I'm the rainbow in the storm. See, it's impossible to have a rainbow in the storm, but it's not impossible. Because I am the light in the tunnel. You're in the tunnel and it's dark. You're trying to figure out, you're not scared to walk through this tunnel. Why would I be scared to walk through a tunnel? Because it's so dark and so many things going on. Baby, I'm the light. I got light. I can see. Oh, you can't see. Oh, the tunnel is not lit up for you because you're looking at it from your physical eyes. I'm looking at it in my spiritual eyes. There's nothing dark in my life or it could be around me, but it's not in my life. See, this is where I live every day. You live in this world. So since you live here, out here, you're going to walk through the tunnel and see the storm and see everything else. You're going to see all that. I don't see that because I live in my body. My thoughts live here every day. My body, I live here every day. So I don't know what's going on in the world. You know, I don't know what's going on in the world. I can't relate to anything that's going on in the world because I'm so focused on me. The more focused I stay on me, the better it is for me to help develop other leaders, to teach you. I can't teach you from looking at the world. How can I teach you if I'm looking at the same world that you and I'm living in the same world with you? That's the low vibrational people. You know, those ones that give you advice and it sound good, but then somebody out of nowhere with more experience or whatever, they show up and they give you another way to look at it because I'm not living in this. I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know what's going on around me because I live here. And here I search within me every day. The creative thoughts, whatever God got for me, the blessings that he give me is in here for me to be able to give to you. I can't be in the same place with you trying to help you get out of it. Baby, we'll be crabs in the buckets and not trying to be crabs in the buckets. Do you understand? You'll be trying, I'll use you. I'll even let you use my back. Stand on my back and grab it, get to the top. But you're going to fall and then I'm going to say, well, let me try. Then I'm going to fall. We're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying. But somebody's going to get out the bucket. And it's not that they trying to leave me in there. I told y'all like the Stranger Things. It's not that they trying to leave me in there. It's just that they really can't reach down and get me because you're a crab. Once you get on the other side, baby, you ain't got the stability like a human. You ain't got the stability like a healed individual. You can't even grab me. But what you can do is go heal, right? Once you heal and allow God to teach you to see things in a different way, teach you how to build that ladder, teach you how to come back and get me, but not pull me out. Meaning that I'm going to come back and give you the wisdom. Now you build your own bridge. That's what that is. So all those things that didn't break you, right? You thought you couldn't handle it. You thought it would break you and you thought it would stop you, but it didn't. That means there is more strength in you than you realize. That's what that means. It's more strength in you than you realize. I told you every day I didn't want to get up, but God was carrying me. I showed up anyway. I'm here on live anyway. I'm here right now. Leave it up to me, baby. It is enough life coaches out here because right now I ain't feeling it and y'all can find somebody. But it ain't up to me. I don't live outside of my body anymore. So I allow God to tell me. So God give me the strength. He carries me and he brings me here. And baby, I give life because he's given it to me. Because honestly, if I was off, I have none. I have no energy. I have no because I got my own storm. But he gives me the energy because it ain't about me. He fight my battles. Well, these are his battles. So the enemy is attacking him, not me. I just do the job. And he used me through it. So yeah, you are so welcome, Marhill. So listen, let's get into number 3. Because we have a good time on here. Thank y'all. Stop doubting yourself. Listen, here's what a lot of people do. You doubt yourself so much. Thank you so much for the gifts. You doubt yourself so much that we talked about the fear of failure. We talked about a lot this week. You doubt yourself so much, and then you'll be the reason why you don't succeed. Self-doubt sounds like this. Let me give you a couple. I don't know if I can do this. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not ready? I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. Who told you that? No, really. Who told you that? Thank you, Ann. Who told you that? Who told you don't have what it takes? How can you not have what it takes for what's meant for you? It's your purpose. Only you can do this job that God has. God created you for this purpose, on purpose, in purpose, for this thing. Nobody can do this thing like you. I know it's a lot of life coaches out there. I know it's a lot of coaches that just, tell you. I know it's a lot of people out there that can get you motivated. I know that, but who told you that you can't do your job? That's kind of like somebody telling you you're not spelling your name right. Oh, I'm not spelling my name right. Who told you that? They did. Have they seen your birth certificate? No. So how is it? No. Right. Self-doubt. That's the key word. Self-doubt. How do you heal that? Let's go back to, why do you feel like, what if I fail? Let's go back to your childhood. Let's talk about it. At what point in your life did you feel like failing was the worst thing in the world? It happened somewhere. It didn't have to happen in your household. It could have happened in your school. It could have been your first grade teacher that made everybody that failed look like and feel so bad because you're a kid processing adult projection. So that first grade teacher said, okay, anybody that failed, y'all dumb. If y'all failed this test and all it is spelling your name, y'all is dumb. Y'all not going to have a good life. Everybody going to look down on you. You're in the first grade. What you process is, I'm dumb, I'm an idiot, I'm not smart, I need to shrink myself. Do you understand? So a lot of times that what if I fail comes from a place of an adult, your childhood, an adult projecting their true emotions and feelings onto you. And you process that thing as a child, process adult decisions as a child. And then you took that lie and it became your truth because you don't know any better. So now as an adult, I need you to go speak to that truth. Of when that time that teacher said that or that person said that to you and you're like, you know what? Now look at them now. Or look at them in that time. As an adult, I look at that, I feel bad for them. Because for you to talk to a child that way, you had some serious issues. A lot of parents are just bullies and they don't know it. Right? So another thing, and when you keep telling yourself those things, guess what you start to do? You start to hold yourself back. Avoid opportunities, play yourself small, overthink everything, and delay action. But ask yourself this. What proof do I have that I can't do this? Every time. You applying for that job, man, I can't apply for the job. Tell me why. Well, I just ain't. Okay, tell me why. So let's look at everybody that applied for it. Say, for instance, is at the work, and you got 3 people that applied for it. Well, this one is more popular. Everybody like that person, but you don't know how smart they is. Then the next one, everybody go to that person for all the answers. So they smarter than you. What you just said is everybody's smarter than me. But let me explain something to them. You have hidden wisdom. Hidden wisdom. That wisdom that God only pour into you and allow you when it's time, baby, all of a sudden you start spitting things out. No one know how wise you are because one, no one asks and you always shrunk yourself. And the person that you think is the smartest is the one that's been stealing everybody else's ideas or been tricking everybody, manipulating everybody to do the job and then make it seem like they the ones that won. And then the one that everybody liked that's popular, guess what? That's all she is or he is popular. And then the other one is the company man. That's the one that goes snitch on everybody. First thing in the morning, grab his coffee, get the boss a coffee and say, hey, before work start, to sit there and talk about everybody in there, because it's the company man. That's what he do. And you are the best thing that the company needs. That's why God placed you there, but you don't even see it yourself. So I want you to ask yourself, what proof do I have that I can't do this? Right? Most of the time, the doubt is not based on facts. It's based on a couple. Here's this: fear, insecurity, past experiences. Yesterday, we talked about what? Stop comparing yourself. Comparison. You're comparing yourself to somebody that can't even compete with you on your bad day. I don't compare. One thing about me, listen, one thing about me, and I tell people, be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. I always say that, just be yourself. And a lot of people interpret what I'm saying as a dig, and I'm not. But I'm at the place in my life that I'm not going to go back and explain anything unless you ask me to. I'm just going to assume you understand. Because I feel like as grown women and grown men, if you don't understand it, you open your mouth and say what you're trying to say. But for me, be yourself, meaning that when you're yourself, you're looking for your viral moment. You're looking for followers. You're looking for all that. But if you're too busy acting like me, you're going to miss everything. You're going to attract everybody to you to find me. Do you understand? That's what it is. They're going to see you, but then they're going to see, because you, my friend, see me, see that you trying to be me, then all of a sudden find the real deal. Now I have my people. See, I am set apart for the people that God have for me. You are set apart for the people that God have for you. When you're too busy trying to be someone else, or you're too busy trying to be me, guess what you're doing? You're going out there and doing my work for me. Go find my people, bring them to me. I don't try and be anybody else, because then I'll miss the people that I'm supposed to be here for. I told you guys, learn to mind your business, stay in your lane, be yourself. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else. What are you comparing yourself to that person for? Because you think they look, you think he handsome, she cute, she this, he that. You think those things. You're like, yeah, I got to fix myself up because this person only date this. Yeah, he date those type of people. That doesn't mean he like those type of people. He like you, but you too busy trying to act like that. Same thing. Men, if women, men, I know it's the Lead Her Morning Show, but I get a lot of men on here. If a younger woman tried to date you, we don't need you, or they don't need you, because I'm older now. They don't need you going to buy you some Jordans, that little ass chain with a cross on it, that TI tip hat with your church socks. No, they ain't even church socks. What they is those compression socks, because they got bad veins when they get a certain age. They have put them compression socks. They don't need you doing that. They need you to be who you are. That's why they're dating you, because you're an older man. They're sick of dealing with that type. Matter of fact, they want to elevate and grow. If they wanted that, then they would go buy the dude that they in love with, right? That ain't got a job, can't keep a job. They got to take care. They trying to get away from that. Because this dude is sucking them dry, because all he want to do is go outside, hang with his friends. I think Drewski, his skit did it better. When dudes, all they do is get together and they just start footworking and dancing. You think they cheating, girl. They over there in the alley dancing real hard. Footworking, percolating, and everything else. And you said he cheating on me. Girl, he is with his homeboys. And they are all of them in a circle. Go, go, go. Get it, get it, get it. Hey, do that one footwork. Boy, if you don't get your dumb, get out my face. She don't want that anymore. She want a grown man that's going to treat her like a grown woman. But you over here with the J's and little bitty cross chain. Listening to that old rap. I'm talking about that, you done took it way back to Scarface. You done took it way back to that 80s rap, when everybody who was a rapper had the MC in front of their name. It's MC Dynamite. You playing that, trying to fit in. Boy, if you don't go sit down somewhere before I tell your mama. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. So, how did I get off in that? Hey, honey child, how did I get off in that? Anyway, comparison. Doubt is not truth, okay? It's just a thought. Remember, doubt is not truth. It's just a thought. Let me get back into topic. And just like you learned doubt, just like you learned doubt, just like you learned that, you can learn confidence, okay? Y'all can learn confidence. So let's look at it. So let's look at it. Okay. Most people, so let's look at it like this. You are capable of more than you believe. That's what I want you to know. You are capable of more than you believe. Now, most people are living below their potential. Most people are living below their potential. Hold on, give me a second, because that's just rude. Okay. Now, most people are living below their potential. Not because they lack accountability. No, but because they lack belief. Not because they lack accountability, but because they lack belief. Right? So, you living below your potential, not because of accountability, but because of your belief, the lack of the belief. You are capable of learning new skills. You need to know that. You can learn new skills. Becoming disciplined. Yeah. Building confidence. Starting something new. Growing mentally and emotionally. Changing your habits and creating a better life. You can learn those things. You can do that. You are capable of that. You are capable of becoming disciplined, confidence, starting something new, growing mentally and emotionally. You are capable of that. Changing habits, creating a better life. Let me explain something to you. Listen, scratch that. We'll get back into this. Let me explain something to you. Your habits. If you want to know where you're going to be in 6 years, stop making these unrealistic goals, right? Stop. When somebody asks you, you can spit it off real quick. In 6 months, this is what I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to be. This is what the world taught us. Let me explain another thing about goals. This is another thing that the enemy packaged up, made it look like this is a good thing, but yet it is still toxic behavior. How is goals toxic behavior? What I'm saying is this. A lot of people don't understand what goals is, right? They just so quick to say something to make themselves sound good and intelligent, and they'll say anything. And then they'll set these unrealistic goals, which that's what the enemy wants you to do. Unrealistic goals, right? To get you, and he knows that you won't meet them because your habits is not going to allow you to meet any goals. If you want to know where you're going to be at 6 months, look at your habits. If you are lazy, you don't want to work, you don't want to put in the work, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to get out the bed before 3 p.m., you don't want to go to bed until 3 a.m., you want to sit around, you're not trying to lose the weight, you just eating it, you are not going to meet your goals. Hello, you won't meet your goals. Your goals will not be met, okay? You are definitely going to fail at that goal that you created. That's what the enemy wants you to create, these things, and he'll package it up. Let me tell you something about a healed individual. We don't care nothing about no goals because we understand that goals will put us into passion. Passion is self, what we want out of life. When you heal, you want to stay in purpose. Let me explain what purpose is. Purpose is of God. How can you help the next person? So the more that I heal, the more that I become better, the more that I learn, the better you will become, because I'm going to teach it. I'm going to give it. So when you're looking at goals, I want you to get away from that. I'm trying to get you away from this world and get into your world. Think about it. This is where I live every day. This is my world. What I need to set a goal for. I understand what my purpose is. I'm just going to keep moving forward. What's up? I'm just here. Thank you. I'm just going to keep moving forward. I know that God orders my footstep. I know that I'm resting until God tells me to move. You're like a sleeping giant, because when God puts you up against whatever problems there are in the world that he needs you to solve, right? You become a giant over those problems. It may not feel like it to you. You may feel like, oh my God, why me? I don't want to be on the strongest list no more about it. But for that problem, They gonna be like, oh man, God done went and got the big hitter. Go and pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up. Cause Coach Nana came in the building. Now this one right here, she gonna feel like all empowered. Now she gonna want to heal. Now she about to look with them. Man, pack yourself up, pack yourself up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, let's go to her cousin's house. Let's corrupt her cousin, man, because that's who she hang out with every day. So let's corrupt the cousin, man, because Coach and I got her. So we gonna have to work extra hard in the cousin to make her realize that, hey, you doing wrong, cause she ain't gonna want to leave her cousin. But God is going to make you so strong that you're not going to cut your cousin off. You're going to disconnect from your cousin because you can see that it ain't her, it's the spirit in her. It ain't her. Do you understand? So that's how that happens. So why do I need to set goals if I'm already in purpose? I'm already on my path. I don't know listen, it's the unknown. It's the unknown. I don't know what's next for me. So here's the thing, all of us, everybody, it doesn't matter where you at in your life or what healing, wherever you are in life. Listen, we don't know what the next moment holds, the next seconds, the next day. We don't know what it holds. We don't know anything, nothing at all. And we sit around and we create these goals. We create these goals of, as we say, we don't want to live in fear. You only live once, just get up and do it. But everything ain't guaranteed, right? So every day we don't know. So when you set a goal, I'm in purpose. Setting a goal. I don't even know when God is about to hit me with the mink real quick, and all of a sudden I'm mad in my business. You know how it is. We be mad in our business, just having a good time, and all of a sudden hell just falls on our lap. And we're like, God, what? It's my birthday though. What? All right, it's time for me to wake up. I can't even sit here and eat no more. I got to go. We don't know. So setting those goals and everything is unknown. Everything is unknown. That's why I get up every day and I set my intentions. My intentions are not an intentions of I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have that anyway because I'm in purpose. My intentions is to make sure that I'm constantly leaning on God. Like, okay, he's going to order my step. My intentions is not to get up and have my own understanding of, yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to have a great day, because as soon as I do that, the enemy like, yes, say less, sis. Roll a dice. Oh, it landed on. Get that purse snatched today. Still a car. Okay. Car going to be gone. Now you ain't having a bad day. Now you ain't having a good day. But if you allow God to order your footsteps, your intention is to lean on him. You just allow life to happen. Meaning that it's unknown. I don't know what the next step is, so I'm not even about to try and figure it out. I'm not even about to plan for it because I don't know what's about to happen. Right? So, okay. So we talked about, keep picking up the wrong remote. So we talked about you are capable of what? Learning new things, creating a better life. But capability requires, what does it require? It requires action, consistency, effort, and growth. You have to have capability. In order to be capable, you have to. It requires actions, consistency, effort, and growth. You don't discover what you're capable of by staying comfortable. No. If you're comfortable, that's not when you find out what you're capable of. You're just sitting there No, you discover it by trying, by failing. Right? Learning, adjusting, and continuing. That's how you learn. Your potential is not something you think about. It's something you prove through action. Action. Listen, so I tell you guys all the time about my journey to getting to where I am. How I just left my job and I just solely just focused on this business. And it started off as something that I thought it was just going to be, like enough, right? I never put money to things. Like I don't open a business and say, okay, my bills is this. I need to make at least this much money because therefore I'm selling myself short. I'm becoming of this world, meaning saying that, God, listen, here's the negotiation. Listen, if I could just make this, I'm good. No, I went in with the mindset of knowing that, God, you already know what I'm up against, right? You told me it was going to be big, so I'm trusting. That's it. That's all I went in on is faith and trust. I left my government job, combined service, 26 years, left that, and now I started my own business. I left a 6-figure job. Listen, I say this all the time, a 6-figure job, and I started focusing on my own business. There was no big break in it. There was I got all these clients. There was none of that. There was nothing but me trusting God. And through the time, I always tell people there's no such thing as a bad decision. And the reason why I feel like there's no such thing as a bad decision, right? When you make the decision, that's not the problem. The problem is not making a decision. It's what, hey, Nina, is when you're in it. What do you do next is what makes it a bad decision. So if I would have quit my job and just trusted on that God told me it was going to be this, it was going to be that, and I'm going to be all of these things, thank you so much, and all these great things are going to happen to me, right? If I would have just sat in that and just waited, like, we love to wait, like God gonna show me, he gonna show me, then yes, that's a bad decision. Because it's through actions to know that I'm capable of it. It's trying, it's failing. Because I chose to get out, right? And I would hit the ground running, not at a fast pace, not rushing. It's just that, okay, I was open to, God, what you got for me? Now, what he showed me, I'm like, okay, everything that you show me is going to come through this angle. No. Had I not been open and trusting and listening, right? And feeling with my whole body, like I had to heal all of this. I had to heal all of this, my mind, my nervous system. I had to self-regulate because I need to hear God through everything. I've learned that he talks to me through everything. He took me down the whole road of the synchronicity. He took me down the whole world of paying attention to the little things, seeing things, the true worth of everything. Now when I walk out my door and grab my keys, I don't just see, okay, close the door, and all I see is, yeah, I understand I'm in this world. I see the skies, but I'm not paying attention to it. I see my car. I see the purpose. I see the goal, right? What I'm supposed to be doing. The goal is when we get our stuff, what do we see in the morning? We don't see anything. We don't see anything. We get up in the morning. We know all these things are around us, but this is how focused we are. Get up. Bathroom, toothbrush. I see toothbrush. I see this. There's the mirror. I don't see anything else in the mirror. I see my teeth, what I'm doing. I see the comb. I see I'm in the mirror. I don't see anything else in the mirror. I see my hair. I see this. I see my keys. I grab my keys. Even though I just walked through my room, through my kitchen and everything else that's going on, I see that. If something is big that's out of place, I'm going to see that. But other than that, I am tunnel vision. I see my keys. I walk out that door. I see my car. I don't even see the road, but I know it's cars on the road. I'm going. I see the people that's getting on my nerves because of the fact they driving slow and I'm trying to get to work. I see the red light, but I don't see anything else over there. I see the green light. Now I'm going to work. This is your everyday. You see what you need to see, and that is what the enemy wants you to see. I don't need you to see nothing else. Because the moment that you sidetrack and you see something else, God might be speaking to you. See, the enemy know how God talk and how God do things, because it might be at that moment that you driving and you so focused and you just happen to look right and you see that license plate that say 333, and it's going to cause you to say, wait a minute, why I keep saying 333? God, now it might have you to talk to God. God, what does the threes mean? Then you might see the truck. Threes mean this. Then all of a sudden, wait a minute, you starting to awaken to something. The moment that you stop being tunnel vision and you decide just that small mustard seed. I told y'all what a mustard seed is. I'm going to break it down to you real quick again. A mustard seed is very, very tiny. But in that small little mustard seed is already destined to be a 12-foot tree, 12 branches, 11,000 leaves. It's already destined to be a thing. It's already destined to be a thing. All it has to do is be watered, meaning that what I wanted, God, all I had to do is water it. He gave me the idea and I had to water it and not control what it's going to birth into. My business, I can't control what it's birthed into. So now that I get up every day, I see everything. I see from when I pull the cover from behind me. See, when I walk out the door now and walk to my car, I don't just see the truck. I see like, oh, I told my son, the grass is so pretty. I can see the bird. Oh, look at that bird right there. Like I notice everything now because I'm no longer in this world and I'm in this world. This is where I live every day. This is my world. This is my body. I'm in this world. These are my thoughts. This is where my thoughts live every day. So I'm in my thoughts. So therefore I can tune in to see everything that's going on because I'm only focused on me. So I can see all the surroundings because I need to see how is the surroundings going to affect me. Right? So those are the type of things. I'm telling you, when I left, I did not have a clue. Everything did not look good. It was not comfortable when I decided to leave. And every other time I would think like, dang, maybe I made a bad decision. I have to remind myself of my words. There's not such thing as a bad decision. You're doing the right thing. And I have to tell myself and encourage myself. See, that's why testimonies are needed. See, I can't listen to nobody else's testimony because they talking nonsense. They want to get on here and talk about, this is how I made my first million. This is how I made my 5 million. This is how I did this. And this is why I am. You see me in my private jet. I need to hear in the moment before you got there, what did you feel? See, that's why testimonies is needed. That's why I'm giving you my testimony. It didn't feel good, but I kept telling myself, wait a minute. This is the saying. If you work at something hard enough, it's eventually going to be successful. I keep looking at my life of everything I did. When I studied and I kept studying, and I'm being honest with you when I tell you this, when I studied and studied for that test, I passed it. I put everything into it. I passed it. When I did this, I passed it. So why won't my business be good? Why God want my business be good? Because I'm putting everything into it. I'm betting on me. Listen, it doesn't matter what it is. I bet on me. I get up every morning and it just like I would go to that job and do that 9 to 5 and have this, do my makeup, put my heels on. I pour into myself now. Yeah, I may not have all of the clients so I can have the millions of dollars, but God, the 1 and 2s that you give me is such a blessing because I'm getting to where I'm going. In order for me to get that 1, in order for me to get that 2, in order for me to get that 10, that means what I'm putting out is good. In order for me to get more than one person in my life, that means what I'm putting out is good. So therefore, why can't I bet on me? So in the moments and the times that I feel like, man, I don't know what I should do, God, I don't see the big boom, I have to bring myself back down to the present time and get back in the seconds and stop getting in the future. Because in the future, I know what the end goal is. God showed me what the end goal is, but I got to get there. And before you can get there, you got to start somewhere. So I had to plant myself. I am the mustard seed. Do you understand? I was birthed on purpose, in purpose, for a purpose. I was birthed for a thing. I was the mustard seed, but I had to heal. So therefore I can finally water it. When I finally planted myself down the hill and I planted that mustard seed, guess what happened in that mustard seed? When I start purging and crying and getting out all the negativity, I start watering who I was destined to be, and I became her. So now I'm her. And the same way with you, you don't just arrive, you have to be her. But how are you going to plan? And I stopped trying to control, okay, God, which angle and how is this job that's going to be? Because if I would have focused on that one thing God gave me, see, I would have been controlling the mustard seed. Now I allowed the mustard seed to grow, and here I am. See, there's different angles to me. There's different angles to me to get a hold of me so I can get a hold to the people that God got set apart for me. I told you I'm the coach that's going to save the world. In order to save the world, I got to teach you guys how to heal. And in the mix of healing, I'm not going to do it the original, the way that everybody else do it. My angles are different. Listen, I got so many different businesses opened up and it ain't stopped yet. It just constantly keep going and opening and keep going and opening and keep going and opening. And I just keep going and doing what I'm supposed to be doing because it ain't about the money. It's about the people that I'm going to. God gonna give me the money. God is going to bless me with what I need. It's the purpose behind it. Purpose is how you can help the next person. So with all that, I know that I am capable. So that's what today's lesson was about. You are capable. You can do these things. You can do all things. You can do whatever it is that you want. Ask God for it. Ask him for direction. Don't go to him and ask him, God, I want this and I want all this money. Because you're already destined to have that. It's kind of like going to God and saying, God, I want a husband. What you doing that for? You're already destined to have one. If anything, God, ask God, what is it that you need from me so I can step into my inheritance? What is it that I need to do? Because where your inheritance is, and that's where your husband is. That's where everything that you strive to have. That's where your success is. Everything. But you have to leave the world. You guys keep talking about, well, I'm in different dimensions. And, let me explain something to you again about that. I told you the enemy will dress up anything and make you feel that it is of God. Y'all be sitting back calling back. I call back all my energy from every dimension and everything and I don't want no energy back. Let me explain something to you. If I gave it to you, right? If I gave it to you, keep it. You turned out to be a fraud. I don't want it back because it's going to come back tainted. Meaning it's going to have your attachment and everybody else that you slept with, been around, scammed or whatever it is. Now I got double the trouble. Keep it. It is what it is. I will never be your supply source again. You'll never be able to plug into me. You'll never be able to get energy off of me ever again. So that's your loss, because I'm plugged into the everlasting. You could do whatever you want, but you'll never find another person like me that'll give you energy. I'm kind of like that C-type cable, meaning that I can charge you up real fast, get you going. See, everybody else you plug into, they're going to get you real slow. You're going to get charged eventually, but you'll never be fully charged. Not like Coach Nine. That's the thing. People, when they come up against you, stop getting mad. Let them have it. They just missed their God-blessed opportunity, because you're the blessing. You're the blessing. You came into their life and poured into them and gave to them. They came into your life to find fault in you, to find a flaw in you, to make themselves feel good about themselves. And then they create a narrative about you to still make themselves feel good about themselves. Let them have it. You don't call back nothing. I don't want nothing that the enemy had. Keep it. You my enemy. What do I want it back from? Because you're not going to bring it back clean. You're my enemy. Why do I want it back? You're not going to give it back to me better. You're my enemy. Why do I want it back? Why do I want anything back from my enemy? There's a plot twist from it. Kind of like that movie Troy. Why would they accept the horse? They should have known then. Like, it's something to it. Something. I would have set that thing ablaze as soon as they'd have brought it. Blaze it up. No, they got attacked by the enemy. Of course, he's your enemy. Of course, he's going to attack you. Just the same way with the enemy himself, Satan himself. It doesn't matter what you do. Satan is going to attack you. It doesn't matter what you do. Hey, baby, it don't matter. It does not matter what you do. It does not matter if you can rebuke him all day. He's coming back. What's up, Isha P? He's coming back. He's going to come back at this angle. He's going to come back at that angle. You just rebuked him from this angle. So what you going to do all day? Rebuke you. I call back all my energy and all this and all that. And I rebuke this and I this. Send back to sender. Do this, that, and the third. That is the worst thing you can ever do, is send back to sender. Let me explain to you why. Because you have just played into the enemy's game. Tick for tat. I ain't sending you nothing back. I don't want nothing back from you. I'm not coming up against you, because it's kind of like when you say send back to sender. Let me tell you what that sounds like. If you go to hell, I'm going to hell with you. No. If anything, I'm going to rebuke it and send it off to dry places where it can't attach to anyone. But what you're sending me, I'm not going to receive it anyway. People play with all this witchcraft and say this, and they wonder why I'm still standing and doing what I want. You have to be vulnerable for it. Is your gate opening? Where's your mind at? What vibration are you on? Where are you sitting at? Is you in a state of receiving from the enemy? Are you in that? If you're in that state, then guess what? Every witchcraft, everything that came up against you is going to defeat you and destroy you. Baby, can't nothing defeat me and destroy me, because I don't let it in. You don't have the proper ID. I don't know. Show me your ID. Oh, you sent some? Show me your ID. You ain't got the proper ID. Get out my face. Go and find somebody to play with. Thank you for the follow. Go and find somebody to play with, because I ain't the one. It has nowhere else to go but back to the person. So why do I got to send it back to the person? You allow the enemy to keep defeating himself. You don't defeat him. But you look like going back and forth with the enemy. Think about that. You going back and forth with the enemy. You going back and forth with the enemy, when the whole time you are the one. You've already won, because he chose you. The enemy don't choose people he already got. You're one of the people that won't follow him. So he come and attack you. And then you go back and forth with him. You've already won, because, oh wait, that's somebody I ain't got up under me. Let me get her. No, I am who I say I am. Get out of here. I ain't got time for it. I'm going to keep going, because I understand my battle is not with you. My fight ain't with you. God gonna have my battle. And it does not mean that the enemy is going to flee. I told you. At the table, God is going to prepare a table for me in front of my enemies. Your table is already set. Baby, right now, my table is set. I'm eating right now. And it ain't food. I'm eating right now. Meaning I'm out here teaching y'all how to heal. I said I was going to do that. I said I am who I say I am. I'm doing my job. I'm operating in purpose. I'm already eating. The enemy is trying to come up against me. Guess what? They in my life. They come on fake pages with gym shoes, and their name may be a heart, a black heart. I already know who it is. But she think I'm stupid, but come on. The reason why you're following me is because it's something in me that you can't defeat. Come with it. What you got? Listen, your enemies will be sitting right next to you. The enemy was at the table with Jesus when he was eating. So what makes you think the enemy is going to be there? But you're not an enemy of mine. You're an enemy of God. Not an enemy of mine. You're an enemy of God. Because I ain't done nothing to you. other than do what God told me to do, which was teach people how to heal. Now, if you feel a type of way because I'm teaching people how to heal, then that's a you problem. Because it's not something that I just woke up and said, you know what, I'm going to teach people how to heal. Because if it was up to me, I'd be doing it in a way that I'm getting big money. Big money. I'd change my title. Make myself sound even more important. I'll go rent a private jet, sit inside of it and record a video so I can get your money. But that ain't what's happening. Y'all getting this free training right here. I don't know for how long. But I'm just saying, I'm in purpose. I ain't in passion. So let's do a recap. Listen, all that talking I was doing, you should have went and got your notebook. Get your notebook. And if you missed any of this, I will have it on my YouTube. My YouTube is Chat with Coach Nye. I ask that you guys go and subscribe, hit the notification bell because I go live there as well so you can get some more teaching. Chat with Coach Nye. Go check it out. Here we go. The recap is you've already survived the things you thought that would break you. That alone proves you are capable. You are capable was today's topic. Now it's time to stop doubting yourself and start showing yourself what you really can do. Who that? Say they want to do that. Run up if you will and get that. You know. Listen, I told y'all, I'm like that man with the old chains, them little bitty chains that listen to the old school rap. Let's get to our pie. The our pie, as I told you guys, the our pie is I labeled it this, it's our pie, your piece of the pie of healing, right? It's the 5 pillars of the foundation for the Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp. I am the founder of the Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp. That's why I teach you how to heal spiritually, mentally, and physically. It all falls under the Coach Nye production company. So our pie, A is for acknowledge. So here's what we're going to acknowledge. Do I believe I am capable? Do you believe you're capable? Or for release? Release self-doubt. Well, Dean, you're in the right place. Release self-doubt. P for practice. Complete a task you've been doubting. Something you've been doubting, try it. Now, every time I talk about practice, I always tell you guys, sometimes you need a therapist, okay? Sometimes you need a therapist, not a life coach, a therapist to unravel some things. Because whatever you practice, complete a task you've been doubting. You've been doubting it so long, it might unravel something else in you, right? And uncover a trauma. And then how are you going to navigate that? Everything you can't self-heal by yourself. A lot of people think I had somebody on here, they got upset about, well, good job, Paula. Okay. That is, I love it. I love it. I love it. But everything, you can't just self-heal. Everything you can't self-heal. You just can't. It's just, and I had someone on here that said, like, therapists, open up your Bible, just read your Bible. Don't, therapists don't work. Well, and I disagree. And not in a bad way, because a lot of people don't believe that, because you have a lot of scammers out there. You have therapists that's just about their money. They want their money. That's it. They got student loans to pay off. They don't really care about nothing you got going on. I need the money. So that's why you have to use your discernment and go to God. God will bring you the therapist that you need. So in that, and that's what it's needed for, so they can help you navigate through it, right? Whenever you unpack in past trauma, you need someone, a therapist, to help you unpack that. So ask God, to bring you one, and He will. And then I for inner explore, which means to self-reflection. Basically, that's what that is why do I doubt my abilities? You know why you doubt your abilities? Because you don't know you have the abilities. Listen, let me ask you this. How many of y'all have felt like when something is going on and you kept feeling this urge to, like, if I pray, it's like going to heal. Like you just felt like if you just touch them, but you don't do nothing, you just feel like you have that power within you. And it's because you do have that power within you, but you don't know your abilities. You don't know your gifts. You feel, but you don't know. So you can feel it and then go touch that person and say, in Jesus' name, you're healed. And then they don't get healed. Then you feel like people are going to talk about you. Well, it's not that you didn't say the right thing. It's just that you don't even believe it. In the Bible, the miracles became and Jesus was able to heal people because of their belief. They was bringing the man, lowering him down in the roof. In order to do all that, that means they believed. So even if you got that feeling like, yeah, go touch, you already believed. You just told yourself you didn't. So, and E for E for empower. I need you to say, I'm capable and strong. Believe that. I'm capable and strong. Yes, I'm capable and strong. Yes, Paula. So what you're going to journal, I gave y'all 3 topics. If y'all want to do all 3, that's a good thing. If you're not, hey, do whatever you want. All I know is that I'm the coach that's going to save the world. In order to save the world, I have to teach you how to heal. So therefore, you got to, everywhere you find me at, you're going to have homework or something to do a self-reflection over. So let's talk about it. One of the journaling prompts, what hard things have I already overcome? What hard things have I already overcome? 2, what is one thing I've been holding back from doing? What is one thing I've been holding back from doing? And 3, what strength do I already have? What strength do I already have? Now, your homework for today is write your accomplishments. You got the whole weekend. Write your accomplishments. Take your time. Write your accomplishments. Paula, one of your accomplishments, your grandson getting baptized today. That is an accomplishment because without you, would there be a grandbaby? Do you understand? Listen, you taught them well. At some point, they went on and said, okay, this is how we do it. So that's an accomplishment. Now let's do our declaration. I want y'all to repeat after me. I am capable. I am strong. I am resilient. And I trust myself. Okay, I'm going to start over. I probably went too fast. I am capable. I am strong. I am resilient. And I trust myself. I release self-doubt and step into my potential. I am becoming everything I am meant to be. That is your declaration. We declare it to be so. We don't do affirmations over here. And the reason why I don't do affirmations is because affirmations is something that you repeat over and over until your brain catch that, okay, this is true. You're trying to make yourself believe this is true. No, a declaration, I declare and decree that it is so, and that is it. So Philippians 4:13 is your scripture. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Yes, you can. Now, I will not be on Monday or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I'm not sure. But the next episode, we're going to talk about speak up for yourself. We're talking about that. Speak up for yourself, right? Your voice matters. If you missed this, let me give y'all a rundown of everything for the ones that just came in. If you missed this, first off, the Lead Her Morning Show is every weekday at 9:30, unless I have meetings or something. But 9:30 weekday here on TikTok. This is where I'll be teaching a leadership course. If you need a recap, you can go over to my YouTube. My YouTube is Chat with Coach Nye. I ask that you subscribe, right? Subscribe and hit the notification bell because I go live over there as well. You guys go check out all my playlists under my YouTube. I have so many teaching playlists that you could just turn on and just listen to. You ain't even got to watch them. Just turn them on and listen to because I'm teaching you something. Every platform you meet me at, I'm giving you homework because I want you to be so focused on yourself you don't have time for anything else. So that's going on YouTube. YouTube, Chat with Coach Nye. It's not altogether separate. Chat with Coach Nye. Now, let's come back over here to TikTok. Here, TikTok, if you haven't followed, go ahead and follow because this is where I do the Lead Her Morning Show and I put the weekly homework assignment. I have a playlist here on TikTok that is called Healing Homework Assignment. That's where I put out homework every week. My website is tofbootcamp.com. Get on the subscriber list. On the subscriber list, that's where I'm going to email you your homework. I'll email it to you, and you're going to get all the updates of everything that's coming down the pipeline that's about to be new. So you'll get an email about that. Check out my shop. My shop has the RPI reference card that is totally free. Just download it. Look under my blogs because I put documents in there that you can download. I put workbooks and things like that you can download, self-help workbooks. You can download for free, okay? It's in my blogs. Go check that out. But subscribe. Get on the email subscribe list over there so you won't miss out on anything because I'm about to tell you what's coming up next. Now, we have the Trinity Owners United. Next week will be the first day that we're going to do it. I believe I'm going to do Friday. And what we're doing there is where I open my platform. I'm going to teach because my whole thing is to teach you guys how to heal, how to self-regulate, how to be a friend, how to be a sister. I don't do sis and I don't do friend. Get that out of the vocabulary, because that's something that the enemy packaged up to make it sound good. Because a sis, guess what you're going to do? You're going to be nice, nasty to me as a sis. You're going to like me today and then don't want to be my friend tomorrow. You're going to have self-doubt as a sis. You're going to talk about me behind my back as a sis. But as a sister, let me explain to you what you do to your sister. Your sister can get on your nerves so bad, but you still ain't going to take it to the streets. Yes, mine was. Your sister can get on your nerves so bad, but I'm talking about a sister that was created from a place of love, right? That was taught right. Not that broken household survival mode. A sister, you're going to, okay, I ain't going to front you off right now. You made me mad. I'm going to wait till we have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. And it ain't going to be a nasty tell you how I feel. I could just be open and honest with my emotions. That's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching people what real friends back. We going back to the 80s. Friendships back in the 80s, okay? Friendships that, listen, when I run away to your house, you gonna laugh at me and say I ain't there, right? That friend that really cared, that when I cried, if I got a whooping, they ain't even get a whooping and they crying because they feel bad. Those type friends, that friend that had that pure empathy. That's what I'm teaching. So don't call me friend, don't call me sis. Okay, and that's what I'm teaching. So with the Trinity Owners United, what I'm teaching there is support, how to truly support someone. So I'm going to open my platform, and it's for small content creators and small business owners. Well, hey, look, you're at them double digits. You still got it. Like you said, you went to your therapist appointment, right? And you was fine. Hey, Donna, come on in. So the Trinity Owners United is for small content creators and small business owners, where I open my platform and let you showcase your stuff. And I'll give you a platform that you can speak about your stuff. That's just what it is. But I'm going to teach first, because what I want to teach people is what that mean by when they say pay it forward. What's going on, Christ? How to pay it forward, what that really mean. So we're going to have a class, and then I'm going to open my platform so you can teach about your stuff, right? It is not for you to come in here to say why your lotion is better than the last person that was on here lotion. No. It's not that. It's about teaching you how focus on you. You focus on you. You don't compare yourself to anyone. You don't try and be focused on you. That's what that's about. So next week, Friday, this we're going to talk about. So y'all be ready. Now, here's the catch. I don't know what time of the day is going to be the good day or a bad day to do it. I'm just going to come on, ask God, tell me what time I need to come on, and that's when I'm going to go. So the people that shows up, it's the people that show up. It is not for me to run around promoting your stuff like, hey, that's not what it is. It's for me to teach you as a leader. I develop other leaders. Now I'm going to develop you, and then you pay it forward. And then this is how you change the world. You change the world. Ladies, you change the world. We change the world. It's not about us running the world. We change the world. Because that's who God created us to be. So that's what's coming down. That's the Trinity Owners United. So y'all be prepared and ready for it. I have a video on my page somewhere on there. Y'all, I ask that you just share it out so others can find out about it. Okay. Now, the more people we have in, the more your stuff is seen. Thank you. And so the next thing, the Lead Her Network, the Lead Her Movement Network, that is where I'm going to be doing all my work. That's my job. That's in there. That's where you will get your life coaching session, depending on what tier you get, your life coaching session, your actual full body workout. I'm your personal trainer, depending on what tier you get. And then you'll have workout programs that I'm going to post. It's the same way I'm doing here, right? I'm going to be teaching in there. We're going to have live sessions. I have my own live there, so I can go live there in my own sessions. And what else? I'm going to be teaching a whole lot differently. So the first one that we're going to do is the sister framework, which is the sister circle, teaching you how to be a true sister. So in that network, I'm teaching you guys how to post from a place of vulnerability and being okay with being vulnerable. Also, you'll see other members, right? You'll see everybody that's a member, and you can see if they're near you, because we're building bridges again. Tribe. I don't do communities, I do tribe. We're building bridges. So that stuff that you're going through, I'm teaching you guys how to be honest with each other and being vulnerable. Trust. Now, you got to remember, it's people that's going to join that has never trusted anyone. And it's people that's going to join that may trusted everybody. What I need y'all to understand that in this environment, this is where you take a chance. And this is not for you that don't trust anybody to become a manipulator to try and break this person down to see what angle they're coming at you at. This is for you to open your heart completely, be vulnerable, and understand that this one may hurt you. I don't know. I can't control everybody. What I'm trying to teach you is understand it is not because you opened up is what hurt. It's the fact that you need to heal within to create boundaries. But it's okay to be women and be able to be in the same room and not compete. That's what I'm creating. No competing. No competing. So that's what's coming down the pipeline. So you guys, that's why I say subscribe to my website, because that's where we're going to be. You guys are going to be able to post in there just like you post on social media. I'm trying to create a space that you can spend more time in healing versus in self, right? My network is all about self. More time in yourself, because this is where you live every day. This is where your thoughts live every day. More time with you than versus the regular social medias that we're in, right? And that's when you come out of you and you get into the world. So that's what, if I can keep you so focused on yourself, then you don't have time for nonsense and you only have time for healing the world. So that's what's coming down the pipeline. That's the Lead Her movement. So we talked about the Trinity Owners United. That's next Friday. The Lead Her movement, I'll have the founding members opened up soon. Right now it's getting ready to go through the audit. So my plan was for it to be ready to roll by May 19th. So it's going to come through the audit. I'm not in a rush, and the reason why I'm not in a rush, because like I say, I don't lead with money. The money is going to come. I want to make sure that it's successful first. So that's what the audit is about, to see, you know, if there's any gaps or anything, or, you know what I mean? Make sure it runs smoothly. That's all that is. So we got that. Boop, boop, boop. So the Trinity Owners United, Fridays we're going to do, and we're going to showcase your stuff. So get your stuff ready. Also, I think I'm going to start off with a small script of, you know, just to get you comfortable, because a lot of people don't like to go live. They don't want to be seen. And I'm going to tell you right now, sister, don't come on the live. You can do whatever you want. It's just that I need you to pour into yourself the same way that you would pour into a job. Even if you was working at McDonald's, you still got to put a uniform on. You still need to have your shirt tucked in. You still need to look decent. So therefore, if you go on the live, don't leave your bonnet on the table. Leave your house coat in the bathroom. Put on some clothes, pour into yourself. If you don't believe in you, why would I buy your stuff? If you ask you why I want your lotion, you don't even use your own lotion. What do I want it for? If you teach people how to heal, but yet you walking around, your lips ashy, and you just don't even know, and you ain't even take the time to pour into yourself, then why do I want you to heal me? Baby, your healing don't look like it's going well. Your healing your healing is struggling. I ain't never seen a struggling heal. I ain't never seen a struggling healing, but you be the first. Do you understand? So pour into yourself. Believe in yourself. Know that you're capable. That's what we talked about today. So be ready for that. Now, my podcast. I always forget to talk about my podcast. Now, I always take a break after I finish a series. I always take maybe a week or 2 week break, because I'm constantly creating. Instead of I can do podcasts and I can just go on there and just freestyle and talk. You know what I mean? I can do that. But I want you to benefit from it. So I always have a class, because wherever you meet me at, I want to teach you something. So the next thing that we're going to learn over there is we're going to talk about Jesus' favorite house. So that series is coming out. It'll be not next week, but the week after that. It'll be prepared, and it'll be every Thursday. I'm going to put that out. It's pretty dope. It's showing leadership. So you're going to get a class in that. So if you have not subscribed or downloaded my podcast, go ahead. It is Chat with Coach Nye. You see how simple everything is? Chat with Coach Nye. Go check it out. Go download it. I just finished the God's Plan, Leadership Through the Book of Daniel. Everything that I teach is about leadership, and that leadership helps you self-regulate and heal what's on the inside of you, your world. So my podcast, Chat with Coach Nye. My book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love. Trinity Walk to Self-Love is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. Trinity Walk to Self-Love, okay? Everything is in my link tree, so look at my bio, look at my link tree. One more thing. Oh, I started back the consultations, the 30-day, it's not 30 days. I do repeat, it is not 30 days. It is a 30-minute life coaching session through the consultation. Your very first life coaching session is free. 30 minutes. Don't come in there telling me what life coaching session you want. You're going to get the general one. You're not getting the self-love one. You're getting general. 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 But that's on my website, tofbootcamp.com. Go ahead, book it over there. If you need some workout programs, they're over there as well. Go check out my website. Just go through it and see what's going on. Check out the blogs and everything too. Listen, I think that's everything. I got a lot of stuff to do today. I got a lot. So listen, if no one told you today, I'm telling you now, I love you and I am so proud of you. Go to my YouTube, Chat with Coach Nye, podcast, Chat with Coach Nye. Here, follow if you haven't followed here. And tofbootcamp.com, my website. My group meet, Chat with Coach Nye. I put homework in there as well. You can download that app and you'll get homework. Everything is in the link tree. Listen, thank you again. Thank you, Yolanda, for the follow. Thank y'all for the like, shares, and the follow. If no one told you today, I'm telling you now, I love you and I'm so proud of you. Remember to point to yourself before you point to others. Coach Nye out. Okay, maybe not.